got to be very careful of the bowls. Exactly what Graham was saying before, is they have rules in place where you don't kick the bowls around till the players are behind the head, you were saying, Graham.
Yes. Well, you let them come and have a look, because obviously in this group the B1s don't see anything. So
Yes.
But the B2 or B3 like to have a look at the head.
Yep.
We also have the rules to avoid slow plays, to say you can only inspect the head once per end.
Yep.
And when you do go and inspect the head, you can't stay in the head.
Okay.
That to wait for the opposition to bowl, unless it's obviously you finished your bowls.
Yep.
So if you do go up, you've got to come back to the mat.
Yep. No, that's fair enough too. I said it keeps play moving at all times. So no.
Obviously you're not seeing it here, but B2 to B4 players, quite a few of them you make use of a monocular.
Yes.
A monocular being a single lens, is it, versus a binocular that's got two, that we normally look at animals and game or sightseeing.
Sightseeing, yes.
You get different kinds of monoculars. Obviously, the more money you spend, the better you get. A lot of them just magnify things a lot better for the bowler, but it doesn't necessarily give you the right correct depth. So if they look at something, they might not see Princess Mabala, for instance, look at it and say, am I holding there? Because they can't see the relationship between A and B. But obviously you can see width.
It said I actually see some of the players up here too that have finished, and that I see them out there watching the bowls with their
monoculars. Yes.
Yes, so I see them quite a bit. So it looks as though I think they're going to call an umpire here by the distance of this here, by the looks of it. So
the rule also is you may use a monocular, but not while on the mat. So you'll see them standing behind the mat,
yep,
to the side of the mat.
Yep. Yeah, mate.
In the UK, there's a bowl for every surface for the Henselite product. But overseas, I use the Tiger 2 and I use the Dreamline XG purely because
a champion
of the
player.
And the arc that the bowl takes, and that's what makes
It's a
it
Henselite ad, the choice of champions. Of course, one of the sponsors of this absolutely wonderful event. Thank them very much for their sponsorship. Yeah, we can have another one there. Just saw the great man himself. And here's another great player who uses Henselite. Ellen Ryan.
Well, Brian, I think I would like to add to the Henselite. The South African team are playing with Henselite bowls.
Okay.
Thanks to the courtesy of Henselite for supplying the bowls here in Australia to our team.
No, that's fantastic, isn't it?
We had, should we have come here with our own bowls, we would find that they bend or turn far too much, and it's sort of customary. And also our side coming out for the multi-nations, I think I stand corrected, some of them are playing with the Henselite. Some of the bowls that we've got here, Owen James, our manager for the Para, who's playing here, he's taking over as manager of the Para side, will be taking the bowls through. So yes, a big shout out and thanks to Henselite for South Africa, and I hope we do the bowls proud. I can tell them at the moment we're lying second, and we're going to try our hardest to get to the top.
You're going very well, my friend. You're going very well.
Is it a bit thin? No, not at all. How thin?
What a great bowl. What a great start. Garth, Graham, can you pass my best on to Graham? Such a great guy, and loved sharing a room with him in Israel in 2019.
Hello, Garth. How are you, boy? Yes.
Did it on air for you there. There you go, mate.
I believe that we might be seeing you, Garth, in South Africa for the IBD next year. Well, I hope we are. We can share a room again with pleasure.
As I said, we mightn't see each other for a while, but we remain friends for life, don't you?
Well, that's it. Their typical was a case of countries having the odd numbers, and rather than playing a single room supplement or something like that, they said, well, would you mind sharing with him? And, there's no hesitation. Of course we will.
Yeah.
The good news was at that point in time, I think I was drinking whiskey and Garth was drinking beer, so there was no fight about whose was whose.
Whose was whose. That's why he wants to share again.
Yes, that's why he's quite happy.
Tell you that
Except
right now,
I've,
mate.
I've swapped to white wine, Garth, so if you're wine drippy, you're in trouble.
Yes. Priceless, mate. And again, another very well grasped bowl here from Zam. Tell you what, how's his weight? Just going to pull up a little bit short, but gee, we've had a beautiful line on that one there.
I see my bowler princess has finally got out of bed and she's sitting on the bench behind Jeff down there on rink 6, is it? 5?
Yep. That's your better half down there, mate?
Nuzipu is a causer. She's a causer. She's the whitest black causer in South Africa.
Is that right, eh? Yes.
And I've had the privilege of directing her, believe it or not, since 2007.
Oh, gee whiz, it's quite a while.
We fight a lot on the green.
Yes.
Because I sort of expect every single bowl to be there, and we've got divorced twice at this tournament. And when the game's over, we sit and it's all over, and well, let's go back tomorrow. You know,
yes.
So it's wonderful.
It's good, mate. It's what we been to 2 world wars for, mate. It's called democracy.
Yes, that's it.
Yes. I actually called my wife for 40 odd years the leader of the opposition, but I realised just of late she's been in power all those years.
There you go.
So we see definitely holding the 1 anyway. So young Zam, again, he's got a good line too. Is he going to sneak around this front one of his? I tell you what, he has. That's gone to a very good home, and it counts.
Top.
And it's in a very, very good catchment area. So lining them up once again.
Now, as I say, players, people need to just go onto the IBBA website. There's quite a few YouTube documentaries and other things.
Yep.
Scotland, England have put on things about how to direct a bowler. If anybody's really interested, can have a look. They've got some really good stuff on there. David Stott, the English team manager that's at this tournament here, he manages the website, and he's really filled it with a lot of interesting stuff that people are free to go and have a look at. And there's some really
good stuff there.
Good stuff there, yes, from all of the countries. Obviously, like all websites, we're trying to get everybody to participate and add, and to get their country news about their national championships and so on. But there's some, a lot of training videos, and the one of Keith setting up a ring, because that's absolutely amazing. Oh, here's a good ball.
He's played that very well again. He looked a little bit disappointed when he let that go.
Yes.
I wouldn't have been disappointed, I tell you. I thought, magnificent line. And
he's holding 4 shots.
Yeah.
So he's going to prove me wrong here. I don't want him to get 4 here. Shoot to 19.
I think you'll find this one here may have something to say about that. He's done some great saves already in the game. There's a good shot there of the thumb there, Graham, with Robbie's
it's
from
perfect.
behind.
Exactly
That's a
what I was saying,
perfect
yes.
shot.
The way he also cradled his fingers, I think he's an ex-snooker player.
And look at this.
You were just saying about he's going to do his best to cut a few down.
He has. What a great bowl. Played that very, very well.
I think he's an ex-snooker player too, if you look at the way he holds his fingers.
Yes. Yes.
Could be. Is it 2 shots? It might be.
Could be. Garth just saying, mate, he hopes to make the SA team and hopes to be there, but he had a few visa problems this time, otherwise he would have been here.
Okay. Not the SA team, the English team.
Well, yeah, so sorry.
Sorry. We don't want him
Hoping
in
to make the team
Yes.
for
English
SA.
team.
For SA.
Four to come to
For SA.
No, we don't want him in our team. I just want him as a roomie.
That's if he doesn't drink white wine, I've been told. Any truth in that rumour? Well, they've taken 2 out.
That's it.
That's it. Yep, 2. Girl's already walking up the room with 2 fingers. Yeah, mate. Dude, she doesn't muck around. So Garth says, and we went through a lot of whiskey in Israel because I drink beer. And I think he drinks whiskey now too, mate.
Oh, well, that's fine. You can have the whiskey.
Hey, good on you, Garth. But isn't it amazing we can be sitting here on the Gold Coast and we're talking to someone
Talking to somebody in the middle of the night there.
in the middle of the night over in England.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
I would have thought the last thing he was going to say, he wants to share a room with me again. But
I think he might be a white wine drinker these days, but
there we go.
So another pretty good roll there from Zam. Keeping it reasonably 3/4, medium to 3/4 length, which has been the length he's been playing for most of this game.
This is the point in the game where I always say to Princess Mabala, now you've got to finish. When you get to 17,
Yep.
you've got to try and go 19, 21.
Yeah, that's the business end, isn't it?
Yes, and it's so many games have been lost from a position like this where somebody I was 17-10 up and I lost the game.
What a great starter here, though, once again from Zam. Very good first up bowl.
Yeah.
There's a shot there. Now we'll get a good shot as Robbie. Great camera work here. You see the way. Now watch the way he reached down with his other hand, and he holds the string line to get his line, and he puts his hand out, his thumb out. Now watch if he'll pass his thumb a few times.
There you go. There's the snooker.
There's the snooker.
Snooker prompt. There's just touching his thumb there. Look at that.
Yep, that's amazing to watch, isn't it? Eh? That's amazing. And this is the end result. Beautiful line, just needs a little bit
just
more
a bit
weight.
of the weight, that's all.
That's all it needs, just a bit of weight. But a beautiful line.
I must say, for those you will see Sharon Dunk this afternoon. You are televising again, that's correct, yes.
Yes.
Sharon plays with what they call a mechanical arm. And she's absolutely amazing with the arm, 1, 2, 3 swings.
3 swing, yes.
And off it goes. I actually said to her, the beauty of the arm is that the ball comes out of her hand, let's call it her hand, perfectly true every time. Because it's like many bowlers will have a twist of the wrist or something and then upset the path that you thought you were going to run on. And I said to your bowls, it's amazing to watch because every single thing runs true. Yes, she can send it down a bit wide or a bit narrow and you'll get the result.
Yeah.
But, if you've got the right grass, it'll land there because the ball's not been tilted outwards or inwards. Which us bowlers would do and can do.
Have got a bit of habit of doing it.
Let's use that word, a bit of a habit. There's another shot of Keith.
Yeah, from behind. Look at that there. Beautiful. And again, the end result.
Oh.
Gee whiz, he just caught that bowl. He had a beautiful line on that, didn't he?
Now, of interest, if you look at those 2 lines and if you say, that's what you call the identical line because he's found his bowl that was lying there. And to sort of, on your own, get that right, you're doing something right.
Absolutely.
And I say, if people want to watch that video that is on there, on the website, you'll see Keith practicing by himself. It's absolutely amazing to watch. And I just said to you earlier, and you've got to finish and
Look at this for a
finish
bowl.
properly.
That's a great bowl.
Brian, what did I say? You know,
Yes.
you've got to go 17, 19, 21. Better options to go 17, 21. This is where, as a bowling director, you also start keeping your fingers crossed, because he's holding 3, and you, not that anybody wishes a bad bowl, but you sort of don't want Keith to get close. Not now, not at this point of the game.
Once again, it's a great shot of what we've been talking about, Graham.
Yes, he went a bit wide.
Yep.
Looked like it to me. Oh,
Yeah.
how wide?
Yeah, look at that for a bowl.
How wide? He's
What
cut
a
a few down.
What a great bowl, though. Definitely like his second
Absolutely a
shot.
brilliant ball.
G'day, Irene Greg, watching from Edinburgh in Scotland. Good to have you on board.
There's another great shot of a director talking,
absolutely, isn't it?
communicating.
Yeah, absolutely. That was fascinating. Watch this bowl start working into the head now. Oh, what a
Ooh,
great
just
try.
got a bit tired.
Yes, blew a bit of smoke towards the end.
I think Keith and them are thinking about a backhand shot.
There you go, mate. Garth's made the comment. He'll share a room with you anytime, buddy.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Now, Keith played a great bowl with that last bowl of his. Can he correct it by about 6 inches of grass? Get the shot. There once again, I said, that's great camera work there by Robbie. Exactly what Graham's been saying, the way he sets himself up, and a few times it just hits his thumb. And let's go. It's amazing, isn't it? Like bowlers will be whinging about the green being slow or it being
Yes.
too hot or too cold, and look at these guys. They're absolutely amazing, guys and girls.
Absolutely.
And look at the weight on that there. Absolutely superb weight. Go, Mr. Kirk. Yeah, mate, all's well. Just I'll let you know, mate, I think we may have blown our budget last night, mate. Bruce is our Director of Finance on the Gold Coast.
Right.
Nah, all good, Brizzy. Kept Robbie in check, mate.
Well, now, as I said, Malaysia, you need the 3 now. Don't give Keith the 1, the 11, the 13, the 15. Should have a 1 shot there.
Yes.
So they wait for Doreen to just confirm.
Yep. Shed, yep. It was a great bowl by Keith, that bowl of his there. Just, yeah, actually, a little bit unlucky. He actually didn't even get shot, but it was close. Yeah, I just thought it sounded good, Bruce, when I said we blew the budget, because Bruce has gone back, what budget? Hey, good on you, mate. Hope you're feeling well, buddy. Talk to you later on, mate.
I think for anybody sort of who's just tuned in, they look at the score and they say it's 10-18. The game's been closer than 10-18. And Keith Brenton has certainly played a lot better than that. It's just sadly somebody's got to be in front.
Well, I think if Zam's probably been just a little bit more consistent. That's about the only difference between the two players, I reckon, Graham, is that he has really played some very, very fine bowls. But look at the amount of times the big bowls Keith's played when he's been 2 or 3 down,
yes,
and
correctly.
got shot back. Or second shot.
That's it.
He's done that repeatedly.
That's what I said. He's played some good bowls,
It's
some great bowls.
been an outstanding game by these two players. Absolutely outstanding.
You can see him just feeling the mat to see where
Yes.
to put his foot. But I say that Lisa Royal from Northern Ireland, amazing. She will orientate her foot on the mat. 3 fingers for the heel and 2 fingers for the front toe to get the correct angle for the forehand or the backhand. And then does everything by herself. Oh, look at this.
Look for a start.
Now, this is a blind person, totally blind, no sight.
Well, I tell you what, mate, whatever he's doing, I'm going to try and copy next time I play.
And they've finished on the centre string. So you can say there's nothing wrong with the line that their director gave them and or how he orientated them to finish where they have.
Absolutely first
yes,
class.
The bowler's got to feel the weight or the distance or how far they want to bowl.
Yep.
And they follow the instructions for the line. But, I mean, that is impeccable.
As we see, Keith.
Sure, look at this.
He's not far away neither.
No.
Look at this for a bowl. Oh, and he just missed that. A great attempt. Great attempt there by Keith. On the rink next door, England versus
Israel.
I'd say England looks to be up 17-14. So another close game there too, in actual fact, Graham.
Yes.
Look at this for a bowl once again from Zam. Oh. That's very, very good, consistent bowling. Keith. Once again. Feels that bit of string. Puts his fingers out there. Yep.
So smooth, his delivery is just...
Absolutely. I'll tell you what a correction in weight too, just quietly.
Sure.
That's a great bowl. That is a very good bowl. Hey, Eddie King, how are you, mate? Yeah, 100% correct, Lynn Thompson saying try playing with block-out glasses.
Yes.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I'd like to see everybody have a go at that, and that's your fact, Lynn. I think it'd be sensational.
Right, here's Malaysia coming for his game winner.
Yep.
My theory.
Tell you what, he's not far away again, that's your fact,
No,
right?
he needs
played
the 3.
This very, very well.
18 and 3 makes 21. And he's got it at maybe.
I think it may be.
He could have it. No, Keith. Now we'll see. Your theory about Keith is coming as the spoiler at the end.
Eddie King, how are you, Eddie? Says it's raining cats and dogs in Port Macquarie. Just keep it down there, Eddie, please.
Yes, it's looking pleasant here. The temperature 32 degrees. The humidity has dropped even further.
To 55%. Quite pleasant. So we see a big bowl here in the essence of the game for Keith Brenton from England. I'd say he's probably 3 down by the looks of it.
Yes,
the third one's debatable, but would be pretty close.
He's game down at the moment, so he's got 2 tries. This looks a bit thin to me. Yes, just a bit thin.
Just a bit thin, yep. Okay.
Right, pressure on.
Well, you don't want to fatten the target anymore, really, do you, Graham?
This is the time we actually leave the 3 alone.
Yeah.
If I was him, I would play
around the back.
Around the back and come through, just in case Keith's a little bit heavy.
Yep.
There's a look, because technically Keith could pick up 3 in the back, the way the balls are lying.
Well, I noticed they're changing their hand for starters, so I think there could be something ready to go around the back.
They've got to trick up their sleeve here. Needs to just come through, which it looks like he's doing. No, just not enough weight.
Yeah, it's more draw weight, that
he was
one, wasn't it?
just drawing again, I think. Thank heavens he hasn't made sort of a bigger target out of it.
Yes. So a big bowl here from Keith. More than likely holding match lie down by the looks of it. Yep, definitely. 4 down was the call there from Gail Crompton, the marker. There's definitely 4 down, so...
Big bowl for Keith.
Yep. A lot of communication going on from the director, which is great to see too, at this very vital stage. So
we obviously the eyes, and Keith knows what he wants to do, but he just needs a bit of confirmation, you know.
Yeah.
If I play the forehand, that.
Yep.
He's a very experienced bowler, as you can see, or as you've seen, and he's come through the ranks, you know, from being sighted to the total B1, so he knows exactly what he's doing, and the director's just that pair of eyes for him or her to say, no, you can't do that because of that.
Yes, that's correct.
But at all times, you know, this...
No, he's not happy
He's
with
not
that.
happy with himself. The bowler's playing the shot, not the director, or the bowler's calling the shot, not the director. The director's just advising.
Yep. They're going to play his forehand the way he's setting himself up there, Graham. So
Looks like it. Not a bad idea, because he's had 2 bowls. He's sort of got a line. He's got the weight. As you know, when you change hands, there's normally a change in the weight required. And he just needs to hit those balls. They're all counting anyway. He looks
to be
not a bad ball.
He's played this very, very well.
Oh, look at this. Look at this, Keith.
Oh, mate, what a bowl.
That's the shot ball, I think.
Pretty close, but what a great bowl. Game lie down, 4 down.
Yes, 4 down, and then you pull, which to me looks like it could be the shot. If it's not the shot, it's clearly the second shot, yes. Well, I'm back in business for not finishing the game.
You're still there, mate. Yeah, look at this. There's a replay. Look at that for a shot. That's an incredible bowl. That's an incredible bowl.
I think the biggest issue there is that under pressure to have that weight control.
Yep.
He's got the one.
Looks that way.
He's got the one. Well bowled.
It was the shot. Very well done, Keith. Great bowl. 5-shot turnaround there, Graham.
Yes.
5-shot, 4 down. 4 down to 1 up. What a great bowl there from very much a pressure bowl from Keith Brenton. Yes. Yes. Well, that's the beauty of it, though, Robbie. He walked off the mat, he reset himself.
Yes.
And he did everything right, didn't he? You know what I mean?
Focus.
Yes. It shows you, you know, like, I mean, these players will not give up, mate. I'm telling you. They'll keep fighting.
Lynn, I can't think of her surname. She won the Commonwealth Golds in 2018 here when we played in the B2, B3 mixed pair.
Yep.
And Princess played at the World Champs in South Africa, 2017, and we were something like 2014 down, and some of our club members were watching, and they go, hard luck, Graham, Princess, you know, I'm off.
Yep.
And believe it or not, Princess won the game 21-20.
21-20.
So yes, like you say, don't give up.
No.
Just keep on going, because anything's possible. Just play better bowls than the opposition.
Yep.
So Lynn got her own back at the Commonwealth by winning the gold.
Well done. Good morning, Joshua Beatty. How are you this morning? To have you on board, Joshy? Oh, mate, we've seen some colossal bowls here this morning, Josh. Been fantastic, mate. These are B1 men's singles, it is, Josh. And oh, my godfather, mate, there's been some great bowls played.
Oopsie, that's a
little bit short.
Probably his worst bowl.
In the
second worst bowl. He bowled that
game.
one out of thing, but it's probably the second worst bowl
he's played
this whole morning, yes.
Well, look at that last end, mate. You can't get much better than that, can you? Like, I mean, from game down, four down, to drawing the absoluta.
Absolute.
So, you know. They're the Malaysian boys just going for a drink of water there, mate. Pretty important to keep them hydrated out there with the sun beating down on them now. Bad enough us trying to keep us hydrated.
I know.
Mate, isn't it, eh?
I'm just trying to hear who all this cheering was for. There's got to be Aussie. I think it's Aussie. No, it can't be that.
No, it's the English lad next door.
Okay.
Okay, Zam playing his backhand here. Oh, I tell you what, not a bad starter once again from the young man. He's very, very consistent. He's definitely applying the pressure to Keith, isn't he? So if you want to beat me, mate, you're going to have to keep playing like that.
You're going to have to show me.
It's really making him play the best of his ability.
I'm going to run away for 2 seconds.
No worries.
Just because this game's going to go on as prediction.
Graham just ducking away for a second. It's good. So we see Keith trying to come around these front ones here. I tell you what, he's not too far away. Oh, beautiful weight. Probably not, just probably a little bit too wide, if anything, there by bit too wide there by Keith. Beautiful weight. So Zam going to stick to his backhand here. Well, no need for him to change the way he played his first bowl, that's for sure. Played it absolutely beautifully. Got another good line on this one here too. That's a lovely bowl. Sitting just in behind the kitty and falls over. That's a beautiful bowl. Well played. Okay, Keith. You'll have to play another bomb like you did last time. He's let it go. Tell you what, he's got a perfect line on it too. Oh, not quite. Okay, Zam. Yeah, looks like 2 from here, so. Welcome back, Graham.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
It looks like Malaysia is holding 2 from upstairs.
Oh, made 2 very good bowls there from Zam. I don't think he's quite got the weight to reach it. He had a perfect grass line on this one once again. That grass line absolutely spot on. Just lacking a little bit of weight now.
Is Keith going to play the spoiler again?
Well, he has pretty successfully so far, Graham.
She said there's only 1 down. I seem to say 1 down.
Okay.
Yes, he has. But come on, Keith, make it 18-12. Make it interesting. Take the forehand. I find that.
Yeah, I thought the backhand would have been the best way to get shot,
yes.
But I'll tell you what, he's played this pretty well. Gone to a very good home.
It's as I said earlier, you will find the B1 will tend to sort of stick to a hand most of the time, purely because the changes, to say it's difficult, once they've got a bit of a rhythm, or the weight, is probably more the weight on the hand to change sometimes is a little bit more problematic, not as simple as it looks, but clearly to me I would have said the backhand shot is the option.
Well, Zam once again's got another beautiful line. He's not going to be too far away.
No, this looks like second shot. If that was only one, then this is got to be
That's got to
second.
be second, yeah.
Then he's in the nice spot of being in the 20s.
Yes, he is too, isn't he? That's a very good bowl there from Zam.
Yesterday afternoon was very interesting because when the rain came down, the tournament committee decided that should the rain come again, it will probably wash out the day's play.
Yep.
And they ruled that it would basically be first to 15 in the singles.
Okay.
And when we went off, it was 12 all in the game that Princess Mamala was playing against New Zealand.
Yes.
And fortunately, we picked up a 2 and a 1 and we got to 15. I thought, slight relief. I said, you can rain now. And then it started drizzling a little bit and things changed. And she got to, I think it was 2016, in that space.
Yes.
2018, and then thank heavens we managed to finish the game.
Because
this is what Malaysia have got to do now. And they've got the 20. Now you desperately want one shot. And not let Keith go 13, 15, 17.
That last shot, though, was so hard to get in a game of bowls, though, Graham.
It is. Like we say, so many games have been lost from this position where you said, I'll be 20-11 up and I lost the game.
Yep.
And they're going to prove me wrong if he pulls one there. He's going to be half an hour early. Or
I think they're going to get an umpire again, mate, by the looks of things. Okay, another Henselite ad coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Henselite, the choice of champions, one of our sponsors for this wonderful event.
The variety and quality of the Henselite product.
Aaron Sheriff, pretty handy player.
At my best on all surfaces.
It's the thing that, Graham, is that a lot of our viewers, you used to walk into Helensvale Bowls Club as an example, and they'd be playing the semi-finals. Of course, Karen Murphy, absolute legend of our great game. And you'd walk in, and like the semi-final of the men's pairs, you got type of Aaron Sheriff playing with Brett Wilkie against Nathan Rice, like it was just a who's who of,
yes,
and it's just a semi-final, you know.
Yes.
Absolutely incredible just to sit back and walk into a club and just see so many players.
All the superstars.
Yeah. Of course, now Aaron playing out of the very strong Broadbeach Bulls camp, and they'll be playing the quarter-final of the Premier League this Saturday, which we'll be showcasing. Saturday midday start, and 5 o'clock the second game. And then Sunday morning, 9 a.m. and 1 o'clock for the the final and grand finals. So a great weekend of bowls coming up, but we've got another 2 great days down here yet. So, tell you what, absolutely.
Sam seems to obviously favour this. He's probably playing about 26 metre length, I think 25, 26. He's brought the mat up quite a bit.
Yep.
And each time they've just measured, so he's playing shorty, sure, but it's just being measured, he's probably playing 23, 24. I say the minimum that we play is 23 metres, unlike the 21 that they play in Australia.
Yep. Well, because the England Lashes have a bit of a complaint about it, that's all. But they can't do any more than put a tape on it and say that it's legal.
Yes.
So, can't do any more than that.
Oh, here we go. Can you finish it off?
Well, he's got a nice line on it, Graham.
Yes, I was just looking at his director's clapping. Director seems very happy. He's having a deep, he's got a fantastic bowl.
Why wouldn't he be?
I would be happy with it.
Fantastic bowl there from young Zam. Really.
Have a look at Sam's director with his next bowl. I like the way he has his hand out there, and if you think about it, his bowler can't see his hand.
Yes.
He's actually talking to him, but he's got this hand like he's bowling to his hand. I think he's just confirming with himself that he's on the right line.
Yes. It's
You do have moments, and I said thank you for these other blue lines on the rink. Gee, where was I? Because sometimes, you go out and there's a little white spot on the green, and you were standing next to the white spot, and that was the right grass. Until they cleverly move the mat up, then the white spot means nothing because you're nowhere near it.
Yeah, and again, a beautiful line on that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Malaysia changed their hand, yeah.
Anne, I knew you'd be supporting Scotland, my dear. Great to have you on board, Anne. It's just so interesting to watch, as you said, Anne, the skill of these players and the amount of time.
Look at his hand there. You see the Malaysian's hand there in the middle?
He's got his hand there, so that's what you're looking at. Again, he's got a
he
good
did
line.
change his hand like I predicted.
He's got a good line on this one too. Don't know about his weight, but his line's absolutely spot on.
Sure. Look at the line. Just over the centre string.
Yep.
You were talking about the centre string. Interestingly, when we practiced years back at Helderberg, it upsets some able-bodied bowlers. If we're sort of playing with some of our partially sighted and you're playing in the game, they're not happy with the line. Others sort of say, oh no, it helps me.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know.
Well, you tell me why. I mean, it wouldn't upset me.
You shouldn't be looking at it. And, you've got a big red line there anyway.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't worry me in the least. I can't see why people would be upset about it.
I say South Africa, we don't make the lines probably because they wouldn't be easily transferable onto the green. We will make a dot with the big chalk.
Yes.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 dots, probably 2 meters apart.
Yep.
Up the green from the tee. And that will be our standard sort of marking for competition.
Okay.
I'm talking able bodies.
Oh, that's a bit wide, that one. That nearly took out of his right foot.
Yes. Interestingly, if it would have hit his foot, that ball's automatically dead.
Yes, well, that's something that I was going to ask you about. That was to know that the viewers would like to know that. So, but gee whiz, I tell you what, it might be a bit wide, but it's still second shot.
Yes.
It's I tell you, these people are absolutely amazing, and I'm absolutely fascinated by Keith Graham, the way he does it with his hand. I notice he normally lets go on the fourth swing.
Yes. Yeah, probably.
And he let it go on the third one that time.
just to
prove me wrong.
Well, the commentator's curse.
Yes. I tell you what, he's not far away though.
No, but he's not in there, and he's lying game down.
Yeah.
He's got 2 bowls. No, he's got 1.
One left. He's game down once again, which he has been previously.
Yes.
Come up with that. If I was Zam, I'd be hiding that last bowl on him, mate. I'd only go and find it.
I would, if I was them, I'd play into his 2 bowls that are at the back there.
Yes.
Just as a bit of a cover.
Yeah.
But while saying it, why not get another one close, and Keith can take 1 out and you've still got another one there.
Yeah, well, he's going to be awfully close this time.
He's going to do that. Oh, well bowled, yeah. Very well bowled. Give that a touch, and now he's made it very difficult.
Well, that's made it very, very hard now, hasn't it?
Yes, exactly.
That's a great bowl there by the young man once again. Gee whiz, he's played some fantastic bowls out here this morning. Graham, he really has. It says Keith. It's been a quality game of singles.
We had streaming at our last year's nationals, and the one game that we just picked it.
Yes.
Said, well, who can we put there to stream? And it was one of those because you don't know, and you sort of look. I think that's going to be a good game. And the one game was absolutely fantastic. And the second game that we picked, it was like a 21-7 win, which is not a great spectacle. So you couldn't have asked for better here this morning.
Oh, no, that's for sure. And I tell you, the game yesterday morning too was just as good.
He's complaining that they're talking to each other and he's on the mat there.
Yep. Yes.
So he's going to reset himself. Interesting to see what he's going to do here.
Do you think he'll play with weight and try and split them?
I think he has to.
Yep. Both of them could
he's
go.
He's waiting at the back. Also, if he hits the jack and he cracks the egg there, No, I think he's trying to draw, and unfortunately,
Bit.
it's very difficult.
Yep. Well, that's a great win there to the young lad from Malaysia.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Very good. Great game of bowls. Really was beautiful to watch, I'm telling you. You don't get much better than that. The young Zam Hasan from the Malaysia. Look out, here comes trouble.
No. That's Princess.
Princess.
Hello, Princess. She's waving at me. My bowler's seeing me talking here. Well, Brian, it's been an absolute pleasure being on air with you.
Mate, thank you very
chatting,
much, Graham.
and if you want anything more or any help or anybody else, please give us a ring.
Love you to come back again, mate, later on. And
Okay,
I've got Keith Smith coming in for the start of the next game.
Okay.
He's going to give us half an hour with his inside knowledge of the New Zealanders. So, mate, after that, I'd love to have you back on board again,
Okay,
mate.
super.
Fantastic. So,
I'll chat to you this afternoon.
will do, Graham. Thank you
And
very much.
Thanks, Gareth. Thanks for those kind words.
He said a few kind words to you, mate.
Yeah, he did. I don't often hear stuff like that,
Yeah.
and especially on air, you know, and or the rest of the world to see.
Yes, no. It's
Anyway.
good. It was a great game, wasn't it, Ian? It was most enjoyable, Anne Faulkner and, of course, Anne Dunwood. It's great to have you on board too, Anne. I knew you'd be barracking with Scotland, though, my dear. But next game,
Yes, and the next game,
2 o'clock,
Come
2
on.
p.m. It's going to be a cracker. It's a B4 mixed pairs, round 9. It's going to be Sharon Dunk and Scott Kenner playing Sally Marsden and Steve Delaney. So that's New Zealand versus Australia. So it should be one
that's
heck of
going
a...
to be a big game.
There's Scott Kenner from up in Possipine, lovely part of Queensland. So I'm sure that North Queensland will be switched on to see that game up there, Graham. And yes, just some commiserations, England, and congratulations to Malaysia. Very kind words. Good on you, Anne. Pleasure bringing it to you. Okay, Graham.
I'm just looking on the page rig of interest. I see Australia 2015 ahead of Hong Kong,
Hong Kong, yes.
and it looks like South Africa went down to, they were playing, can't remember, in the pairs.
Yep.
Malaysia. South Africa went down to Malaysia, if the board's correct. But yes, thank you very much, Brian, and I'll see you this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Graham. It's a pleasure having you here, mate. And of course, the 2023 IBBA, the Blind Bowlers World Championships, could not be brought to you if it wasn't for the sheer generosity of these wonderful sponsors. Nextra, they're a news agency, and they hopefully going to have their one of their representatives here in the next day or two. First game, so that'd be fantastic. Next game, the Henselite Choice of Champions, Club Tweed, of course, Niagara, Feel, Move, and Play Better. Wonderful equipment, of course, the Australian Blind Bowlers Association and the IBBA. So absolutely fantastic to have all those wonderful people on board to support this wonderful, wonderful game of ours. It's been absolutely fantastic to watch, to participate. So this is, of course, the Gold Coast Tweed District Media Team, ably led by Mr. Robbie Allen. We had a few problems with that last stream with the heat coming in on some of our equipment, but he was able to fix it and get us back on air, which is absolutely superb. And there's the facilities at Club Tweed. Couldn't speak more highly of Wayne Turley and Emma Boyd. They do an absolute superb job here looking after all their bowlers, and absolutely that's basically right down the far end. It's a big indoor green. Wonderful. They've got various bars and cafes throughout the wonderful facility that you can see. If you haven't been here, I'd recommend that you come on down and check the place out. It really is something to be an absolute eye-opener for everybody. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is enjoy your bowls, support your club at 2 o'clock Queensland time. No, 1 o'clock Queensland time. We'll be back on air. So that's an hour and 45 minutes with one sensational game coming up. New Zealand versus Australia. Thank you very much.